Hey, welcome back to another episode of The Last Call. I'm your host, Shegs. I'm back again on Carabao Cup final day. Hey, it was lucky for some. It wasn't so lucky for everyone. But hey, joining me here today, I got Josh joining me here today, and I got Trist with me as well. We're going to deep dive right into the biggest game of the weekend. We all waited for it. The Carabao Cup final. City coming off their midweek loss to Madrid at the Champions League. Arsenal flying in off their win against Leverkusen. Hey, it looked like it was going to be Arsenal's day. It was going to be Arteta. I know Arteta's won a trophy back in the COVID times, but it looked like this was going to be his first like real trophy, showing that we're here, we're ready to win loads of trophy, we're ready to go on strong for the season. But it didn't seem like it. I saw there was no Diaz, there was no Garvadal, and there was no Ake, not Ake, Day that couldn't play. Their defense didn't look strong, and Arsenal started off really well. And I was thinking, okay, if Arsenal can keep this going, it might be a long day for City. But for whatever reason, I don't know what happened after that Havertz chance, which he should have buried here or there. It just there was nothing. There was just nothing. What are your thoughts, Josh, on the game? Before we come to the Arsenal fan, let me hear the thoughts of someone else. Like, what was your thoughts, feelings into some way of how Arsenal played this game?
I think, but the first thing is two things. I'm not a huge fan of this thing where in the final, because your backup goalkeeper has been playing the cup run, now it's final day, you keep him in. Like I said, it has the potential to go well, but when it goes bad, it goes really bad. Kepa's mistake today. So I'm not a fan of it. Like, I think Ryan should have started. They wouldn't have at least considered that one City goal that he let through his fingers. Second thing is, I think Arsenal died off. The first 35 minutes, they were on City's head. They were playing the ball. They were constantly pressuring City. City was driven back so many times. Then 10 minutes up until the first half is finished, they suddenly eased off for some reason. Like, just keep at it. And when they started second half, it started off a bit slower than City. So ultimately that led up to them failing. So I think, to be fair, if it's going to happen in any game, this is the game you want it to happen to, because you still want to go further in the Champions League. You still want to go further in the FA Cups. Maybe this will be good lesson learned. The treble for them is still potentially on, to be fair, if we're being honest. So maybe this will give them pointers. Disappointing, but could be a learning curve.
I think you're being too easy on them. You said 35 minutes. I wonder from what a game. For me, after like the first, I think it was 15 minutes, but it started off a bit even. I think Arsenal edged it a little bit, and they started off well, and they got that chance with Havertz. But then after that, and especially I think it was about around the 15, 20-minute mark when Nketiah got that yellow card, it was just City. Like the point, it feels like there was nothing. And I've said this before. I've said this in chat. I've said it to Tris a bunch of times. It feels like in the big games, there's nothing. It's just like we're here and we're gonna try be very solid and very in our way, and we're not gonna just be expansive. It's like, hey, it's a final. Like if you lose, you lose. And it's not like the next is. It's not points. You either win or lose. And I also think City stumped Arsenal with the way they pressed them. It was like just not let them build up. But then there was no adaptation. There was no, especially in the second half. Like okay, we see they're doing this. What can we do to go to do thing? Whether it's like, okay, we're gonna pull Rice, also Rice or what's his name? Who's the other DM? Who's the DM?
Subamendi.
Zubimendi. We're gonna do one of them is gonna drop right into the back line, get the ball, and they can start playing to change the shape or wherever they feel might work. Just try something else because they were blocking the passes into the midfield and blocking the passes into the the fullbacks. It was like they was letting your centre backs go. You play, you do something, and that's when I feel like maybe you should have dropped one of the DMs right in so that moved the people around. But Chris, what is this game make you feel in terms of Arteta in maybe, like I said, the big games of, hey, if this becomes the Champions League final, like you can't go play like this, like or a big Champions League semi-final, because eventually you're gonna get one of the big boys. If it's like Barcelona or like Atletico, like you can't go like this. Like, how does that make this whole performance make you feel as an Arsenal fan?
I feel like there's definitely a lesson to be learned. Obviously, I feel like you touched on the point that you made earlier in terms of beating their press, and then we just need to come up with an idea of getting around that. And obviously, these teams are gonna do that. They're gonna try and disrupt our football and try and find another way. But it's Arteta's job to find a solution, and what that solution will be, we have to wait and see. Because I don't have it. Because from what I can see, we tried to bypass their press by hitting that long ball to Gyökeres and Havertz. but they didn't win their duels. And obviously, if you can't win your duels and bring others into play, it just kind of falls apart as we saw, which was very frustrating to watch. But yeah, hopefully, in a different day, we're able to correct those mistakes and win those marginal battles and bring others. Yeah, you can see how we played. I don't know, man.
Hey, you sound a little frustrated, bro.
Bro,
you
no,
sound,
man.
you sound a little frustrated.
I'm completely frustrated. Completely. I've
I think I
broken
said it
down.
at the start of the season. Brother, I said, I said at the start, I don't know if it's your fault as us, man, but it just feels like there's no firepower, especially now how Saka's been off recently. Ain't been
This
whether since he's come back from the injury, it's just not been the same. But it's like the way he hasn't been the same. It just feels like the firepower has just died. Like
But this
it's
is it.
just died. Like even
Going into the season, we needed what's it called, a left winger, and we needed a striker. And obviously, we brought in Gyökeres, but we brought in Madueke, which was a bit of. I understand it was coming for Saka, but we needed something a bit more than that.
but I
We just
said,
never
hey,
got it.
just to cut in, I said, I think when we was talking before January or like January when Semenyo was up, I was like, well, if Arsenal want to show real intent, and I think it was rather yourself or Trey that was like, well, you got to get Semenyo because he's way, as an attacking threat, he's got more potency than Gabriel and Martinelli and Trossard in terms of just being, like you saw it today, he's just a threat. In terms of goal scoring, finish off both feet, he's just a threat going forward as a goal scorer. Because today, Trossard, he might as well,
No, he
he might as
was
well not have been on the pitch.
non-existent. But this is it. We need a winger with a bit more technical ability to be able to, ask questions of fullbacks, potentially stretch the play for us. Yeah, not getting Semenyo is, I don't know, man. I don't necessarily think he was the outright answer, but we needed someone in the summer, and we didn't get none. And we see the frailties today. It's just unfortunate the way things have unfolded, because if Havertz scores, the game looks different, and potentially we're having a different conversation. It's fine margins, completely fine margins,
Do
and
you know
it's
what?
it's tough. It's just
Also,
a tough watch.
I also like fully blame Arteta on this. Like, I think this is the moments where usually it works out and usually you win the matches. Like in a league, it's 38 games, right? Like you're gonna be winning some of those games. When it comes to these games, you're gonna be found out because yes, you might be the best team in the league on paper in terms of the people you've got, your position, and all that. But also your style of play will make you get found out. Like today, back. Why did he have to play Hincapi? Like why not play Calafiori, who's gonna fly over, give Trossard like
I don't think
space to actually cut inside and have the ball.
Ikape was the problem.
No,
Capie wasn't the problem. It was Trossard. It was Trossard not coming back to help him defend, because obviously Semenyo is a handful. When you defend as a team. Obviously, if Capie is having trouble, winger needs to come back and support, which Trossard was not able to do. He's not able to get up and down. Yeah, you're right in a sense that it is Arteta's problem, but I don't think we can blame the individual at this moment.
no. Here's the thing. My thing is not blaming the individual. Like he's not the problem. My problem is with Arteta himself. For example, yes, you're gonna be getting hit by Semenyo, but you can make a counter for that. However, what about when you are in possession, right? It's not like Calafiori is going to be absolutely useless against Semenyo. That's not the case. But then when you have the ball, Nketiah is not the type of person who's going to fly over to actually give support to Trossard on an attack. He's going to be more reserved because he's more centre back than he is a left back. You know what I mean? He's not used to making those runs, not used to giving Trossard that space to operate. That's a bit on Arteta's point of him being too negative. Not necessarily that Nketiah was at fault. Nketiah played the game he was supposed to play. But then obviously, is this small little things. For example, a fullback who does the overlapping runs gives Trossard space to have more space to actually operate with the ball, and it's adding to that attacking nature, which is I'm saying that's Arteta's problem. I feel like you should have started Calafiori, for example. That's going to give you more options. That's going to open up the game a
But
bit
even
more and
hey,
all that.
even talking, let's even talking about that. The thing that I've literally is like, what's happened with Lewis Kelly? Because like you're saying, sometimes you need someone that's gonna push the other. Because Semenya really didn't have to work. Like Nunes really had what's his name? Had probably his easiest battle in ages with Trossard. It's like, but maybe even Capier, or if you had someone like Lewis Kelly was coming up the pitch and was doing something else, it pushes the defense in a different way and makes them think. We look on the other side, Nico O'Reilly. But he, as soon as the ball, he kept pushing up, was coming into midfield, was going around the outside. He was making he was making Arsenal defenders and maybe Saka think differently of like, okay, what's going on behind me? And it's sometimes I'm like, and then Nico O'Reilly gets in the box twice, scored a goal. that's something Skelly might have done because he's a bit more. He'll want to just get forward, and he might just end up in a position. I'm like, why is he just took him out of the game completely? Like he's not out of the game, but he's just not in rotation. Like, I had a good season last season. So see, that's what I'm saying. Like Arteta's mind just baffles me. He's like, you already had a left back cover, but then you went to buy another left back cover, which makes no sense. Like you then now
Personally,
stunted the growth of Skelly.
no, I hear what you're saying. I feel like Skelly was supposed to move into midfield, but obviously it's not happened, which is unfortunate. In terms of like bringing in Capie, I think it was because of height and obviously defensive capability. Lewis Skelly is a fantastic player, like, and he shines when we are in possession, you know. But when we're out of possession and defending, I don't feel like he has the strengths to be able to survive in our team. You know, it's unfortunate. Like Lewis Kelly is my favorite player. If I was to get an Arsenal player on the back of my shirt, it would be him. He's the only man. But anyway,
But then why hasn't he played? Like, bruv, Nico, what was I here? Nico,
you look at Arteta's
even
squad.
in midfield.
His squad is you have to be 6 foot. Like you know what I mean? We are
But that's a problem
like
then. If you
aerial
can't,
threats. Like, that's what he wants. You know, it's unfortunate.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. He's
That's
gone
why I
so the
feel.
way of like.
I hear it.
He's
I
gone
hear it.
so the way of like. So for example, I saw something in the game and I was like, but why? Like you're Arsenal. Like it's not even a dig. It's not even I get it, but it's not even a dig. It's like they had a corner. I think they had a set piece and then they had a corner. And then the ball went out for a throw. And I'm thinking, if that was Man City, they're going to go, okay, let's keep on pending. We're going to play. Let's play around. Let's get it back. Let's work it back in the box. And the first thing on their mind, this is like 10 minutes into the game. The first thing on their mind, all right, we're going for a long throw. It's like, it's just all about the percentages instead of, hey, we're a big team. We're going to go play and we'll work it our way into the box. He's just his head is so into the percentages and using set pieces. And I get, they're really good at it, but it's like, you're still a big club. Like, do we need to? Can we not play?
What do you
You
mean
get what I mean?
by
Like, let's play.
we're a big club? We're a big club. Set pieces can't be used if you're a big club. Set
No,
pieces
but I'm saying it's the over reliance on set
no,
pieces.
but it's not.
It's not like you
It's not
can't
over
use
reliance.
it.
It's strengthening
He's over
what you have.
reliance.
It's not over
But
reliance
that's what I'm
because
saying. But then he's gone.
our best
But he's
opportunity
gone that way.
didn't come from a set piece today. It come from open play. You know.
But in general, he wants the best opportunity to come from there because every opportunity he will target a set piece because instead of like, okay, set pieces is an addition and an advantage we have, we can use it. It's like, no, that's our USP. He's made it the USP that set pieces is there, that their key thing instead of like, no, it's just an additional. We can go score goals and get extra goals from that.
It's not the main. It's not the main thing. It's something to fall back on if the main thing isn't working. If you get what I'm saying.
But this, I mean, this was 10 minutes into the game.
No, but fair enough.
All
Fair
right, but
enough.
hang on.
I'm thinking, let's go for.
My thoughts are, okay, I'm not even gonna come against or for set pieces or whatever, like to win. Not that I'm saying. My thing is that you said like people need to be 6 foot or whatever. Okay, don't play Lewis Kelly, for example. Just play Calafiori. Because the thing is, you've sacrificed attacking power for stability at the back and all that, but at the same time, it's not going to give you the push forward when actually in position to make something out of it. For example, like in your back four, right? You had Saliba, you had Gabriel, Ben White. Those three are very good at aerial duels and whatever. If you need to deal with any aerial, those three can deal with it. You don't necessarily have to have the whole back four being able to deal with an aerial threat. What about creation on the ball? What about the overlaps? What about an outlet? You know what I mean? There was nothing that. Like there were points in the game when you were top of it, but just thinking, man, if there was someone overlapping, then to put in a cross or something like that. But there's not that option, which I think then Arteta played it too safe. Yes, he wanted to be safe, but he played it too safe, and it cost him in the end. It'll win you the league. Playing safe like this will win you the league because, to be fair, the quality in the league this season has not been that great. But it's gonna win you the league this season, the way you play, like in the league. But in a one-off cup competition where everything is at stake, you're gonna be found out by the same team that you might have gotten a result earlier, but it's a final. You know, there's got to be a little bit more to it. And then this is the result of him playing it too safe, I think, because at the end of the day, you did have a lot of
fair
possession at
enough.
one point, but then there was no end product. That's what I think personally.
I
I'm not even
agree,
coming against
I agree with some of the things you're saying. I'm saying I agree with some of the things you're saying, but like when you look at the first half, we had majority of the chances we created, like the shots on goal. We had more shots on goal. I think they only had 2 shots on goal.
I don't agree.
Bro, look at this. Do you know what, man? I don't advocate
Pull up the
stats,
stat.
but check.
I'm gonna pull it up. But hey, talking about that, so that's the other thing he didn't do. He didn't make changes. Once he realized, that's the one thing. Is like that's the thing. Hey, fair enough. You wanted to start a safe and cap
he didn't make changes. No, I agree. At the
Because
end of
that's
the
the thing.
the end of the day, yeah, the first goal come from a goalkeeper's mistake. You know,
Yeah,
you cannot
but
legislate
it
for
was
that
on it.
mistake. You don't plan for
But
mistakes,
you
do you? You know what I mean? So when
no, but
when
it
that
was on
happened, we've
you.
been sucker punched. No, of course there was on us.
Nah, it was on you.
No, I'm not saying
Because
there
I was
wasn't.
about
I'm
to.
not saying there wasn't. I'm
I
not
was about
saying
to
there
put in the
wasn't.
chat. I was literally about to put a chat. Hey, City,
No, you could
like they're
feel the
gonna score in
pressure.
this.
You could feel the pressure. You could feel it. But that goal comes from uh, a goalkeeping error. You know, so you can't legislate for that. We've been sucker punched, and then all of a sudden, unfortunately, Saka loses his man, and O'Reilly scores at the back post. Yeah, man, it's a real unfortunate turn of events. Do you know what, man? Obviously, this is what happens. The losers have to listen to the winners write history, innit? Yeah, I just have to suck it up, take it on the chin, man, and just keep it rolling, innit? You know.
Okay,
So
But
hang on.
ultimately, I don't.
Going forward, right?
This game doesn't
Let's
define our
assume.
season, man. You know what I mean? This is not the
So
one. This
okay,
is not the one we
going
wanted.
forward, let's assume you somehow make it to like the semi-final of the Champions League. Let's assume you make it to the semi-final slash final of the FA Cup and all that. Obviously, the league, you're in pole position. You're most likely going to get it. So we're not going to count that now. In those
yeah.
games now, when you're going to do that, what needs to be the approach? Like, what needs to change for you to do better?
What needs, boy.
See, hey, do you know one thing I said? This is what I was gonna come to. The, the approach I would have went with. I think as soon as it started, because the problem was Arsenal they couldn't figure a way to build out. But that's where I go. A manager goes, okay, we can't build out, but that's where someone like a Skelly would have helped. Imagine him at left back. That's just someone that can play ball. Now you're having an opposite. Whereas at the moment you had like
But
four centre
then
backs.
how
That's
how
what.
how does Lewis Skelly combat Semenyo running at him with Trossard as
Well,
his
that's where
winger?
you have to then get someone like Vice to double up with him. You can cover for that. For
What was
example,
it called?
do you
Fuck.
think Turkey ain't a great defender?
No,
But you get,
Cherky's not a
but
great
you know,
defender. But he was
but
playing
you have
inside.
cement.
He's what's it called?
No, but that's what I mean.
His battles are his jaws are different. You know what I mean? It's different for a fullback.
Hey, Julian Vice and that, then man. Hey, like that's what I mean. So it's not like he's. Hey, he could have. That's what I'm saying. You can find ways to hide people, but Liverpool used to hide Trent all the time. Like you find a way to because of what he gave you on the ball, helped you get out. We used to hide. Like you figure a way to combat that. But I don't think Arteta will ever do something like that because it's risk averse. He's not gonna risk it. He wants to be safe and keep it that way.
But this is it. We
That's why I
at
think.
one point we
Hey, that's
used
why I
to
think
play
in a
risky
two-legged
football,
in a
but
two.
he got beat playing that type of football. So now he's overcorrecting himself, and this is what we're dealing with right now. You know, but ultimately in the league, I feel like he will be vindicated by playing this football. You know, we will get over the line this year. Like,
Yeah.
it has to be. You know, there's no other way. But whether was we have to just hold on, man. Support
Hey,
the
if you
club
don't
and
know,
just roll the punches, bro. It's long, but I'm not even dealing with those realities right now.
But
You know what I
Tris,
mean?
my
That's
thing is like
we got
the
two
league, for
weeks off.
example,
Just
the
chill
league you're
out,
gonna
you know,
win, but
come back
the
strong.
other cups,
Why? But not even.
what about the other cups?
That's
That's what I'm
not.
saying. Like
I don't care about the
in
other
the league,
cups.
you're gonna
My
go over
only
the
concern, my
what?
only concern is winning the league. My only concern is winning the league. That is it. Once we have won the league, we can talk about anything else. That's when you know what I mean, we expand, we build upon. You know, winning the league is paramount. That is the be all and end all. That is it. You know? Anything else is anything else. We have to deal with that as it comes. Yeah. In one-off competition, I
nah,
don't.
give it
It
to him.
doesn't
Nah,
look.
win the league
Doesn't,
because it.
doesn't look good for us. But it is what it
Yeah,
is.
anyone can win. Hey, to be honest, anyone can win a one of competitions. Hey, the league.
This is it.
Hey, like you see with us next season, you might not be. Hey, so who knows what's
No,
gonna happen next season?
but this is it. You got Liverpool and Newcastle last season. You know what I mean? Newcastle weren't a better team than Liverpool, and they still managed to pull through. Cup competition is form goes out the window. It's sometimes a bit of luck, and that's what they got today. You know, it is what it is, man. We just have to keep rolling, keep rolling.
Hey, but before we move on, hey, I just want to give a shout out. Nico O'Reilly, I think he's nailing out that left back spot for the World Cup. I can't lie. I think it's between him and Lewis Hall, but at the moment, I'd probably give it to him as a starting left back. So
Nah, Lewis Hall.
yeah, I'd probably go Lewis Hall, but it
Thing is,
depends what you want. If you want someone to
Riley
shut,
in attacking
if
positions, yeah, but when it comes to defensive
yeah,
capability, Hall locks it up.
yeah, and you wanted to shut down because people didn't clock. He actually shut down Yamal, and Yamal had to move completely off him to be able to get anything. That was the only way. He couldn't actually get past him. So he was like, I got to actually he had to move well central to then start influencing the game. Where he's like, if he follows me, he's gonna leave a gap or whatever. So if you want someone to shut someone down, hey, I've got Lewis Hall. But hey, that's a conversation for another day. We'll get to World Cups later down the line. But hey, congratulations to Man City. Hey, they done their thing. Carabao Cup winners this year. Hopefully that's Pep's last trophy. Hopefully we take him out of the FA Cup. But we'll move it on to we'll move on to the Premier League and go through some of the Premier League games. It was another tough weekend for Liverpool, another tough weekend for Chelsea as well. In terms of the top four hopes, we'll start with Liverpool, who, to be honest, I wasn't expecting any different. I don't know why other people expect that. I still think we're probably the only league that has this rule, and it's still the dumbest rule ever, that the TV channels get to pick what game. How is it possible to play on Wednesday night? Probably don't get home till when is it? Probably players don't get home till midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 a.m. in the night. Train Thursday because they just played. Probably have some small training on Friday. Have to fly away or drive away to an away game and then play at 12:30. But the other teams had a whole week's rest. It doesn't. I still can't believe that they still allow. Like we're like years on, they still haven't figured out like, why can't we just play at 8 p.m? And that was the worst thing. It was an 8 p.m. game of Leeds. No, it wasn't Leeds. Who was at 8 p.m. last night? Was it Leeds Brentford?
Yeah, it was Leeds Brentford, yeah.
And I'm thinking, so why are you not putting those guys that are played that have had a whole week off early in the day, but instead, and we play at 8 p.m. Even if it's like 8 p.m. kickoff on Saturday, you be like, that gives them a little bit longer. But so I didn't expect anything different. We had no Salah. Ticket goes off after 10 minutes. I was like, well, we have nothing up front. If we get anything from this, we'll take it. Played poor. We didn't have nothing. Hey, I just take it and move on. International break. Hopefully we come back. Tris, how did you see the game? For Liverpool, how do you think Liverpool are going to be going after the international break as well?
You guys need to find form quick. Obviously, it's not. All honesty, I feel like Europe shouldn't be too much contention for you. If you lot fall out of Europe and allow the likes of Everton to sneak in, that is a travesty. But yeah, man, like you lot mathematically lost the league, so that is the worst title defense in Premier League history. That's disgusting.
No, it's not. City was worse last year.
What?
They was already out by this time.
Yeah.
City's was worse last year, but even Chelsea's was worse. Remember Chelsea went relegations on the season after?
No, fair enough.
People
fair enough.
People love to revisionist history. Chelsea were a relegation, but had to sack their manager.
No, for real. You come prepared. You done your research.
Didn't they win the Champions League that season?
Sorry?
No, I don't think that was that. It was Conte. Conte won it, and then the season after, there was like relegation, but for like the first half, and then sacked him. I don't think they won champs that year.
No, I think... I'm not going to get into that history. But anyway...
I'll look it up. Yeah, but go on.
The defending for both those goals was abysmal. Like, that's... I don't know, man. What can you do? Obviously, you speak about not having Ekitike out top and no Salah. Ultimately, those two players have no bearing on you conceding those goals, man. So, like, what are we doing here? The defending for that first goal was woeful, honestly. Like, Welbeck getting lost in between your two centre backs and then beating Kanate at the back post. That's a travesty. Like, how is that happening? Like, that can't happen, Yeah, man. Where you lot go from here, I don't know, man. Obviously, Slot feels like a dead man walking at this point, but I don't feel like you can sack him just yet, because obviously, who do you bring in? It's the wrong moment, but
there's talks that
you have to the defenders fall off, man.
Yeah, no, the defending was poor, but I'm saying more of the thing of like, okay, cool, we defended that moment poor for that. Hey, it was too easy and it happens. Or we get equalizer off Kirkis is anticipating, and he made a good finish. But I'm saying between that and their next goal, and then after their next goal, it's like there was just nothing. That's what I mean, because we just had no. Because sometimes it's like your best defense is just putting the other team under pressure. If the other team fear that you could do something, they won't. Like, they'll just go. So if you fear a team can do something, you start to retreat. Like, you start to go back. If you don't fear anything, you'll just be like, oh, these lot ain't got nothing for us. Like, their defenders probably had a field day.
The way they were able to move through you was embarrassing. Honestly, man, what's going on?
But they also had no fear. There was nothing like that. It was Gakpo. It's Gakpo on Wirtz. That Wirtz is a great player, but he's not an attacker. That he needs someone to put through that's gonna put that fear. Like Gakpo, like, bro, He's not. Yeah, so it was just poor. It was poor. Like I said, it's poor. Is what it is. Like, hey,
How do you think
if
your
you
season
if
carries
anyone,
on? Do
hey man, you
do you
gotta go
think
for the
you're able?
cups.
Do
Like the
you think
league
you're
is.
able to?
Yeah, I
Are
think
you, are
we're
you confident about that?
especially the way Chelsea are playing.
No,
If Chelsea
that's
was playing better, I'd be like, "Oof." But the way Chelsea are playing, I'm like, yeah,
you're
like
lucky.
Chelsea. The thing is, I think Chelsea and Villa will keep us in it because they've still, as long as, or maybe not Chelsea now, they might be able to get form because they haven't got no Champions League. But Villa, I think if they keep going in the Europa League, it might make it tight for them because it's hard. Like they played West Ham today, but that's West Ham. Like if they have a couple hard like that Thursday to Sunday game, yeah, that's not great, especially if you have a big game or a big team that you're playing. That can make that very interesting. I think we still got to play Chelsea. We still got to play United. Man, hey, I don't think it's out of the realm. It's going to be tough. And we need to I just think we just need, like, I keep saying this, and it's like, Finn, but every time he plays a team that he wants, and which you saw, I know it's Galatasaray, but you saw it on Wednesday, that I said it, and I've been saying on here, I think he's been wanting to play like a diamond type formation all season, but he's never had Frimpong fit enough, or one of the strikers ain't fit enough, or someone's injured where he can go, hey, I got Frimpong and Kirkes being my wide players. I move Salah more central, and I've got my midfielders that can play into them. Like every time we seem to play that game, the next game someone's injured, and now we got to change it again. Like it's just because I think if we was able to play the exact same team as Wednesday, I think yesterday is different, but we'll never know. It is what it is. But yeah, we'll see. We're still in fifth place. We'll see how it comes. Hopefully, after the international break, we kick on. If not, it is what it is. But I'm gonna come to you, Josh. I'm gonna come to you about the big old Chelsea. Out there, it seems to be they got battered on midweek by PSG. That game was nasty work. At the bridge as well. I thought they might
Oh,
come out, but and then they go to Everton. I'm thinking, hey man, Everton, they could do them. Get a 3. I thought we was bad, but they got a 3-0. They got a slapping by Chelsea. Do you think Leo Rosini is out of his depth? Do you think there's just a miscommunication, the tactics? I don't know what you think is up with Chelsea, and also like where's like players like Estefan? Anyway, that guy's been he's been irrelevant for ages.
you come on.
I think
Come
when
on
it
and done what?
Exactly.
comes to Chelsea, it's the one thing they lack is consistency in leadership, and that's because they're all young. You know what I mean? So they will have one good game and one bad game and all that, and there's no in between. I mean, and Sanchez has to be one of the worst keepers in the league, in my opinion. It's many factors. Sanchez being one, he's always going to have a mistake in him. They're youngsters. They don't have consistency. They've got no real leader in that team necessarily. Reece James, yes, but I still don't think he's that good a leader, to be honest with you. And even Enzo, I don't think he is. It's just the inconsistency. I mean, and I'm so glad they got Garnacho. Then they can see, everyone can see what United fans suffered with Garnacho, like with the Chelsea. They're not complaining. So I think
He's
that's
still on
what it
loan.
is.
Yeah, they bought him. Did they buy? They bought him after.
No, they bought him. 40 million.
Ooh, what a waste.
Yeah, 40 million, he's gone. He's not going to be another player anymore. He's 40 million gone. Like, we got 40 million for him. Like, which I'm so happy. So, and remember they were saying, oh, we got your best winger. Oh, we got your best. Nah, nah, just play the best winger then. Let's see how it goes. So, yeah, I think as well, Liam Rosinya as well. I think he's finding his feet, and that this approach that Chelsea has is not going to sustain them. You can't get youngsters in football, then get young hit managers or like not proven managers. It's not going to work. So yeah, I think that's the one thing saving Liverpool, the Chelsea's inconsistency. Because like I promise you, they're gonna play City next. I wouldn't be surprised to win. You know what I mean? And then the next game they play after City, they're gonna lose. So yeah, I just think that they're up as a team at the moment. I think come the summer, I think what they need to do is the transfer ban has been suspended, so they can still buy players and all that. So they need to sell some youngsters, no, not some, a lot of youngsters, bring in experienced people, and then they'll get forward. Because without that, I don't see them going anywhere. And Liam Rosinya, I can't see what he's about, to be honest.
Yeah, welcome to you. Like, he started off and he looked like he had some ideas, but it just seems to
This is
be
it.
off
It
ball.
feels
It
like
seems like
it's.
he can't get the best out of Palmer. I don't know whether that's because Palmer, but this is the thing that people don't realize. You look at all the players that haven't really played well this season are ones that maybe didn't have a preseason. Like, I'm starting to notice how important preseason can be. Like if you're coming injured in and out of the lineup, and you're kind of just like it just doesn't work for some players, like because they need that rhythm, they need everything, and he just seems like because he was injured at the start of the season, come in, got a bit injured again, then come back in. It's just like for some reason he can't get Palmer up and running and playing well. And I don't know whether he can. Their defenders are shocking without Colwell. Their defenders are like woeful. Like, bro, like you said, they need to get rid of players, but who they bringing in? Like, who wants to come there and be what seasoned professional wants to come there and be a babysitter to some of these guys and just like feel like I got to manage you in every step. So I don't know, or your thoughts where you think they can go. Like they're at the Champions League now, so they've got the FA Cup, which they should get through. But it's like, how can they get pushed for that top four place or top five?
Tactically, I'm not necessarily too sure, but I feel like in the beginning it was very much a new manager bounce, the fresh feeling, everyone was pulling in the same direction. But now, I don't know, it just feels like he's definitely been exposed. Like some of the instructions he's probably given the players is they're not necessarily, I don't know, they're not used to having all that tactical information. Like there's like a few instances like with the centre backs, they look a bit confused. But yeah, man, it's unfortunate because obviously Chelsea, it seems that they're very much, well, Blueco, it seems like it's very much their thing of signing young players, assets, keeping, like a squad that's valuable essentially. So I don't feel like they're gonna do what they need to do. It's just gonna be the same of this. But they're very much in their banter era, and this is who they are, unfortunately, and this is who they'll be for a long time. I hope. But yeah, man, it's fun to watch. It's good TV. Watching my man stress out, writing down things on his notepad. Why not, bro? Why not? You know what I mean? It's yeah. You have to just enjoy what we're
You know
But
what
watching.
it is? I think as well, like the way you fix Chelsea is you fix the spine. So you started the keeper, right? Get an experienced goalkeeper, go to centre back, get at least one experienced centre back. You go into midfield, get a
Do you
very
not
experienced midfielder, and up the top, get a proven striker. That's it. Everything
do
else
you
will
not
fall
do you
in
not
place after
find it
that. And number
funny
two,
how they've spent all that money and they've still not got these things? They don't have a
literally,
striker. They don't have a what's it called? A centre back that's of any ilk. They have no
no, they
goalkeeper.
do.
They've never
He's
had a
injured.
goalkeeper.
Yeah,
What? Who? Are you
Colwell.
gonna?
He's just
not
What?
injured.
really, not
Bro.
really.
Nah,
He,
Colwell's top.
he's the B. He's the B to the A. He needs a leader.
Yeah,
His
Hmm.
best games were next to what's it called? Thiago Silva. Like he's never been a standout man. Like when he plays with the likes of Chalobah, they concede like no man's business. He needs someone to go. He's not ready for that yet, unfortunately. But he has potential. You can see the potential there. I won't deny that. But yeah, Chelsea, they're just it's gonna be more the same, man. More the same.
yeah. So
Nah.
that's how you fix a team. Like literally, you have to do that. And then the second thing is you don't get wingers who are like both inside forwards when you're playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. I mean, one of them needs to be a provider. Ideally, even both of them. I mean, you have Garnacho. Garnacho is really a provider. He just wants to go in and shoot, always missing the goal. You know what I mean? Neto is the same thing. Literally, pace merchants up there, no end product. Literally, most of the time it's just a shot on goal, just not going to do nothing. You're playing Palmer on the right, but Palmer doesn't have the necessary pace if they're going to play a 4-2-3-1 formation to get up and down the pitch that fast as well. Do you know what I mean? So why not put Palmer in the middle and then you put a winger on the outside
I
like
don't play
Estevao?
Palmer in the window.
Estevao wants to do.
Hey, I'm
Estevao
telling you,
can
don't
play
put
the
Palmer.
wing. Estevao can play on the wing, providing. But that's it, because like Palmer on the wing, he's good at times. But then if you're playing a 4-3, maybe. If you're playing a 4-2-3-1 and you need depth and width, is it the best person for that though? That's the problem.
Yes, hey, his best position is out wide, but he doesn't stay out wide. If you put him in the middle, he gets too congested, and I don't think he's got that. I can stay in the middle. He needs to drift into the middle. That's how he gets space. And I said as well, if you play him in a 10, he ain't gonna be as good for you. When you play him out wide, he drifts and instead he confuses the left back, and the left back don't know where to go, stay, and that's where you create opportunities. So that's why he always plays off the right. Estevao should be on the other wing. That's what they should be doing. But for some reason, he can't get game time. Maybe it's the language barrier and he doesn't understand some tactical things yet. But hey, we'll see with that as it comes on. But let's move on to United. Started off the weekend. Hey, I keep saying this. Whenever United have short weekends, that's when or short weeks, it seems they can't win. When they have a whole week to prepare, that's when they do good. When they have some short time and they don't have a whole week to prepare, it doesn't always go great. But obviously, Bournemouth is a tough place to go. Like Bournemouth always make it hard. So Josh, how did you find the game going up twice and still being pegged back?
We were robbed.
Like,
I
how does
mean,
it feel?
everyone is saying we're robbed. Even Liverpool legends are saying, Stephen Nichols, as Liverpool that gets and he hates United, he's saying we're robbed. Many previous ex-referees said we were robbed. I just don't understand how Ahmad doesn't get that foul. Both arms on him, by the way. He falls down. They go to score, right? In the same phase of play. I don't even know how that's not still for foul or for a penalty. And then Maguire does something even lighter than what you call it, the defender did to Ahmad. He gets a flipping red and they get a penalty. Like, you can't be inconsistent like that. Even the other time, what call it? One of the referees was saying, you know what, United got a penalty in the other cancelled. This time it cancels out. Fuck that. If it's a penalty, it's a penalty. Yeah, sorry for the swearing. Sorry, but if it's a penalty, it's a penalty. You know what I mean?
He's
A
not
penalty is a
vexed.
penalty. You can't say, oh yeah, but because you got a penalty that time, no man, a penalty is a penalty. So we got robbed. We got robbed because that should have been foul on Ahmad, first of all. Secondly, if you're not gonna give that as a foul on Ahmad, the Harry Maguire thing is not a foul if you're not going to give the Ahmad one. That's what it is. In terms of the game itself, it was a bit frustrating at points, but when we came into it, we got the goal. They got another goal straight after, and then we got the goal. It was supposed to be a penalty, but they were supposed to have buried it. But it is what it is. I don't think we played bad. I just think we were unlucky, obviously, with the red card and everything. Yeah. At the moment, it does look, to be fair, with our recent form and Chelsea and Liverpool's decline at the moment, it does seem like we've secured top four anyway. It's not yet in the bag. I'd say maybe three more wins, and that's it. But yeah, so I'm not disappointed in the team. I'm disappointed in the refereeing. And I think what VAR has done is actually highlighted the incompetences of referees, not necessarily VAR being a problem.
I agree with you, but do you not think he should have done more to, like, wrap that game up?
No, but
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
should the referee be, should the referee be a factor in whether or not you get
At
3 points or
time
not?
when they scored again, we were on top of them. Like we had scored, we're in the lead, and we were on top of them. Like the literally we were on them the whole time. And then they fouled, and then they went to equalize in the same play. That's obviously gonna affect. And then okay, fine, fair and play. And then we scored another one, right? We scored another one to get the lead. So we're trying to win the game, even though we had an injustice done against us. And then they gave a red card and a stupid penalty when they didn't give us one earlier. So the ref did screw us on this one. The team was trying. We got the first goal, right? In pushing for the second goal, Ahmad gets fouled and then didn't get the penalty, which they get in the same phase of play, the goal score. And then we fight, okay, fine, we take the lead again. And then the ref decides that's a penalty for Harry Maguire, even though they gave the Ahmad one. So the ref was completely a factor in the game, unfortunately. And it was the 81st minute. We were pushing for the game. We did enough to win the game, but the referee was a solid factor in this one. And that's why United is going to raise a formal complaint because it's bad enough that a formal complaint has actually been put. It's very rare for United to actually put in a complaint with the referees. I think the last one we did was like 4 years ago. I remember that one. And got a social. So
That's a
yeah,
formal complaint. That ain't gonna change nothing. But look,
it's not
they
going to
still
change
managed to
anything.
get a
It's just
draw out of
frustrating.
it.
It's just
Yeah, they
frustrating.
still managed to get a draw. Still managed to get a draw out of it. It's another point. Chelsea, Liverpool losing, like Villa winning. Like the top 4 or 5 race is going to be very interesting to see how it comes out at the end. I personally think, man, you'll get it. I think just off the basis, if you have a week to prepare for any game, like if you don't, if it would be more of a failure if they didn't. With that, with all the other teams still playing, probably playing other competitions deep into April, maybe even May, and you've just been playing one game a week. Like from now on, I think what they someone said from now, United don't play till was it 13th, or they play
Yeah,
on
the
Monday night.
13th
Yeah,
It's like
teams.
they
Yeah,
basically
man.
have a whole month off.
Half
So
term early,
basically,
man. It's
must say the
disgusting.
man call.
hey, they said a whole month off before they touch a game again. So that having that much rest.
Mental.
Hey, when the players come back from international break, it could give them another couple of days. Like, hey, boys, we'll come back on. Hey, you guys come back on. When do they normally come back? Say the Tuesday. Just wait a couple
This
more
is
days to
it.
the
There's
weekend because it's
FA.
FA
There's
Cup
FA Cup.
weekend.
Yeah, man.
So we'll be like, hey, come back and once the FA Cup's done, then we'll go again Monday. Like, look at that. Like,
Yeah, now we have to
having that
consolidate
luxury.
it. We have to consolidate
Yeah,
it.
having
It's a
that luxury is
luxury.
going to help them. So, hey, we'll be interested to see how it goes. Like, it's still quite tight. Hey, I think pretty much all the teams still need to play each other. Let me have a quick look. I
Yeah,
know we
we're gonna
definitely need to
play
play
Chelsea
Chelsea and
and
United.
we're gonna play, I think,
Yeah,
Chelsea and Liverpool. That's about it.
yeah. I think you still got. I don't know if any of us got Villa because that's
No, we
the
we 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 already played Villa twice. They beat us once and then we beat them again.
yeah. So not on that weekend. Then we got Derby. Hey, Arsenal. Yeah, you got 18th of April. You got Chelsea. No, we don't have them. Brentford. Brentford is no way. I'm just trying to
2nd of
look.
May,
Then
that's
we
when
got
they're
you,
playing
but
you.
yeah, Man United. Yeah, then we got you Chelsea straight after. And then we got Villa straight after. We literally go. So basically, that's where our season lies. We got you, Chelsea, Villa, all back to back.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
That's where the season lies. If we go on to beat those three, I'd say we get top 4. But if we go on to lose all 3, yeah, we ain't getting that. So that's where our season lies. I don't think Chelsea. I see Chelsea have you guys, but I don't think they have anyone else.
So how many points of those games would you be satisfied with?
6.
Liverpool or United?
Well, not even. I'll ask both of you.
Yeah, I've just gone there. I think six out of them. Chelsea still have Tottenham, so six for us. 6 out of the 9.
And Josh?
Do you reckon you actually get them? I think, well, from United's standpoint, I think we just need 3 points out of our top games. Because I think with 3 more wins, would have played 34. That'll give us like 9 points. That'll put us on 64. Yeah. There's no pressure on us right now, to be honest, because
See,
yeah. So
our
I'm
2
happy with
toughest
it.
will be because of what's it called, the Champions League. That's gonna be because round the Man U one, the Man U game. If we get through, that is against PSG, we'll have a Champions League game before and after you. So that's the one I'll probably be like, that's the one I can see us losing, and then it's like the other ones we shouldn't have anything on unless we have FA Cup or something. But that's what it's gonna be dependent on us. It's
Who do
like
you have in the FA Cup?
we'll City. Well, if we get through, we've got City first, and then obviously if we get through, then a draw. So depending who gets through. Because I don't know when the semi-finals of the FA Cup is. I believe it might be. Oh yeah, will that game get rearranged? Because when's the FA Cup semi-final? If we go to get through FA Cup semi-final is on it'll be the 25th of April, Saturday. So we all the 26th. So we might get to miss a game. Which game might we miss? Let me see which game. Oh, it's not working. So if that's like the 20th April, so we may miss where's our game? Palace at home. Which might help. Just play FA Cup instead of Palace at home. So yeah, but other than that, but I digress. Yeah, we'll just finish off with a quick look at the bottom of the league. Spurs lose again. They're really in it. Like their run is not good at all as well. Like, their run is terrible.
Indeed.
The 17th, 1 point ahead of West Ham. So
It's not looking good.
it is tight for them. And the match they've got, so their next run, they've got Sunderland next week. That's not easy. Not next week after the international. That's not easy. Sunderland away.
That's
Then
a
they got
loss.
Brighton at home, probably.
A loss.
Wolves away. Wolves ain't that great. Well, you never know, to be honest.
But Wolves
Villa at
are
home.
just turning up to ruin people's season, so the Wolves might just win that one. You never know.
Yeah, Wolves.
They got no skin in the game, but they still turn up, man. I love it.
They're just turning up to ruin people's days,
energy. True,
proper
man.
hater energy.
Hey, the
I rate
manager's.
it. I rate
But
it.
you know why? Hey, the manager's showing that he's a Premier League manager. He's saying, look, if I go down with these, if any club wants me, because you know them ones, if a club wants him that's still in the Prem, he'll leave. Obviously, he'll go down with Wolves and try to get back up. But say, I don't know, who's the team? I'm not saying get a Tottenham job, but say Tottenham stay in the league and they're like, they need a new manager. He might go, hey, look what I was doing with Wolves. Or something like that. Hey, you never know. They got Villa at home away. That's not a great game. Leeds at home. Chelsea away, and then Everton to finish the season. So, their next few definitely determines.
I wish we played them. I wish we played them. Can you imagine
if they go to lose one of the next 2, they're really going to be in it.
No, for real,
think
man. They're really
what might just save Spurs is West Ham having a slightly worse. Okay, West Ham are playing Wolves and then Crystal Palace, and then
Everton. They can play
no, though. West Ham have like a different type of fight to Tottenham, you know. Like Tottenham don't
their
have,
last couple
don't
games
have
that's going to be peak.
The what?
Well, who's West Ham? Who can play?
They got Wolves, Palace. No. Oh no. Oh yeah, West Ham is still in the FA Cup. I forgot that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what might make it better for Spurs is that West Ham still got very good teams to play as well. So
yeah,
you never know. But that's the thing. In fact, that point against Liverpool, Liverpool saved them. Liverpool has saved them, I think. It might just come down to a point and it'll be the point against Liverpool.
Realistically, someone's probably hoping Arsenal's won the league and they're having a drink up and not playing no one. They got Newcastle away. That's Leeds at home. Yeah, I think the next couple of games we'll see where they're really at. We'll see where Tottenham is at. Eventually, I don't think they'll get relegated. I just think they've got enough okay-ish players just to get through, and they're out of Champions League now, so they don't have to worry about that. They can just go week by week.
Yeah.
and just get the job done. That's why I think if they were still in the Champions League, yeah, I'd be like, yo, it'd be tight for them. But when they're not in the Champions League, it'd just
And
be
Forest have
let's
a
just go
few
week by
difficult
week.
games as well.
Yeah, and I'm
Forest have
trying
a
to
few.
see if
This is why
yeah,
it's a bit
Forest are not
interesting.
far.
And Leeds
Yeah,
have a
Forest
few
ain't
tough
far.
games as well.
Yeah, Forest are still in Europa, so that's
Yeah,
gonna be a
man.
thing for them.
Yeah. This
But
is why we
luckily,
have to keep an eye on the results, man. There's a lot going
but
on.
luckily, hey, their first game back after is against Villa, who also have Europa, so that's
Oh,
you both on the same level playing field. Of kind of like we both play Europa, and then we'll go. They're gonna keep trying to go because they got Porto, but I think they can do Porto. So yeah, that's gonna be on them. How far do they get in the Champions? Oh, their games are nasty though. Ooh, they got Chelsea, Forest, United, Bournemouth to finish the season.
yeah. See,
Yeah,
there's a lot.
and
There's a lot going
Sunderland.
on.
Yeah, that's nasty games. If they
Who's this?
catch one
Who's
bad
this?
run for
Forest.
Forest, they got Villa. They got Villa at home, and then Burnley, so that's not too bad. Then they go Sunderland away, Chelsea away, Newcastle at home, United away, Bournemouth last game of the
Damn.
season or at home. It could be tough for them.
Very, very.
Which
We'll
is
call it
why
there, boys.
today's win was good for them.
Yeah, it was good for them. It's good for them. Like they got a good team for us, but I think small teams find out once you go into Europe, it's tough because when you think of all the teams small teams that have gone into Europe, and the
This is the
squad is
issue
not.
with Man United. Man United
That's
don't
gonna
have the
be the
squad for
issue.
Europe. Word.
Like
We're
once
gonna
we,
see what you're made of.
Facts. Like we need no. Here's the thing is the recruitment this summer is gonna determine our fate. This is why I don't want
Yeah,
Carrick
man.
as manager because like if the board doesn't back Carrick is out of his depth. He's out of his depth, and we're gonna go down the Ole route again.
bro, them
Because
injuries
like
will
at least
pile
with
up.
a
Them
proper
injuries
manager,
pile up quick.
proper manager might scrounge up something. Carrick, I don't know if he'll be able to. If the board tell him, "Nah, we don't have money," and they just tell him sink or swim, yeah, it's gonna be late. So yeah, we need Casemiro's gonna go. We need to replace him. We need to get another couple of midfielders again. We need to get like another forward. Maybe we keep Xerxes. I don't know because Xerxes is not happy with minutes, and maybe keep Xerxes and all that. Then we need more defenders. So yeah, it's long. If we don't recruit well this summer,
Yeah,
we're done for. We're
yeah. Like
done for.
United in Europe is gonna be long. United,
Yeah,
hey,
it will be
you
a
gotta
long.
look
It'll
at
be a long
17th place
season.
again, because boy, hey, because they know what first, but in Bournemouth after a couple Wednesday after he does a Saturday, Saturday, yeah, them quads
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
gonna be
feeling
long.
it.
The boy will be feeling it.
Might look his age. No, man. It's not easy.
Hey, Bob, it's not easy. Like, hey, that Champions League, when you're coming every 3 days, it's not easy. Your body has to be on it. And there are certain players just immune to it. I don't get it. Like, you think of like the Rices,
Bruno,
Van
bro,
Dijks,
like
Salah's, like they don't.
Bruno can get
No, but
injured
Bruno's
one.
been doing what?
No, this season, but every other
But how many
season.
Bruno hasn't had many seasons of Europe, but let's be honest.
He
We don't know if he can
has.
do it. He's had Europa League where he probably didn't
Last
play.
season was Europa. The previous season was Champions League.
Yeah, but he probably didn't play till the end.
Sorry, no, there were games.
He probably
Remember,
didn't play
like there
till
was a
the
time
end.
when the Europa League we went to the final last year. The previous year we went like
I know,
long
but I'm
as
saying
well.
he probably wasn't playing till like when you start getting into the knockout, maybe not even before that. He weren't doing it from the first game of the season. He ain't gonna be going to Azerbaijan playing one random team, like
We were though.
kicking against
We're
them.
in the
That's what
Europa.
we will play.
We've been in the Europa. We United has been going far in
I
competitions
know,
when
but he
we
wasn't
are
playing
in them.
the group games.
He played, dude. Bruno, dude.
But he wasn't
I'm
playing
telling
at the
you right now.
beginning stage.
He play, the one. Did you know that's why we call him a machine, bro? That guy will play every game, every season, every minute. Even if he's injured in one game, he'll be there the next game. The guy plays every game. This is why without Bruno, we're finished. We are finished. Without that guy, we're nothing. I won't even lie to you. Like legitimately, he plays every minute of every game. No matter how many games we play, like he will play. So, like I said, I don't know what he's made of. Like legitimately, that guy is made of some different gravy. Rice as well is like that as well. To be fair,
Yeah, no, I hear it.
and other selects players.
Well, I don't know. Like some players just don't. Wow, they just don't get injured. It's like no matter what they do, they're just there every day, every game without
No,
fail.
I think
thinking,
Rice is playing with an injury. You know, I'll be real. Like,
nah,
he
but obviously, I'm not
plays
saying they. Obviously, everyone's got small injuries and what. But I mean, like them guys are just always there.
Yeah,
No matter
man.
what it is, they're
Praying
just
fresh
there,
from
like
this.
constantly. Like, brother, your body must be, because their body's probably paining. They're probably got one little tire, one wrap, one toenail's hurt, not toenail, but one toe bent. But it's like,
this is why like some players retire young because like remember Rooney was like that.
Man. It's crazy.
Yeah, like remember Rooney was like that's why he retired young. I think his body just gave up.
But he started too early. I always say, hey, no player should be starting playing.
Not only that as well. Rooney wasn't looking after his body.
Yeah,
No,
so
he
no player
didn't.
should be
Well,
starting at
100% he
16.
didn't.
There's
But he
no
also
reason
he would
any
play
player
through
should be
the
starting at
pain. He
16.
would play through like injuries and whatever. Like he would play through as well. Like so, like that's why he didn't look well after himself. Facts. But he also like even when he was in pain or whatever, this guy would pop painkillers and go in the
Yeah.
field. So
Rather
yeah,
that, that's what I said. I said it to someone over there. I'd be surprised if Yamal gets to 24 and he's still at this level because
Yeah.
nobody should stop playing at that young. But it's
yeah,
It's
just too
true.
so
much.
unfortunate. But this is it. You see him at
It's too
18, he's
much for
already
someone to
cheating
be.
on the defensive side. He's already started doing that. He doesn't run back and he doesn't run back. So
But,
I feel like that's the
yeah,
only way to keep him somewhat. Finding other players to do his running would be a madness.
yeah. All right, cool. Let's leave it there. Hey, thank you guys for another episode. I appreciate it. Hey, it's been a semi-beautiful weekend. Arsenal, that quadruple hopes finished. And we're all very happy. I don't want to hear none of that. I wasn't trying to hear none of that. Hey,
The only man who
hey,
was saying
focus on the
quadruple
league.
was you lot.
Hey, focus on the league.
No Arsenal man said quadruple. I promise you.
We have
Yeah.
receipts, bro. We have
Hey, here's what.
receipts, bro. People were
Hey,
saying that.
no,
Find
hey,
them.
here's what.
Find them. Find them.
We'll
Hey,
find them, bro.
Bring them to
here's
me.
what it is.
Bring them to me.
Hey, City, congratulations to City. Hey, they done their thing. They won the Carabao Cup Champions 2026. Arsenal, they look their best. Hopefully, we'll see how if this affects anything going on after the international
We hope.
break. Appreciate you guys jumping on. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you, Josh. We'll see how the Premier League looks after. We've got a little while to the Premier League's FA Cup weekend in the next. Yeah, it's FA Cup weekend next up after the international. And then we'll go back with the league, where the top 4 race takes us, see relegation where it takes us. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. Just follow us on our socials if you like, comment, share on any platforms. And remember, it's not over till the last call.